Carl Eugene Watts, the Sunday morning slasher. He hunted women when the world was asleep. Title: Carl Eugene Watts, the Sunday morning slasher who killed for the thrill of it. Church bells echo through Detroit's quiet suburbs. 1979. The streets are empty, fog drifting past small houses. Sunday mornings are sacred. The one time every week people feel safe enough to let their guard down. But in Detroit, peace turned to fear when women started dying. One here, another there. No signs of robbery, no assault. Just lifeless bodies, strangled, drowned, or stabbed. Found in driveways, parks, and alleyways. The killer moved like a ghost. No witnesses, no clues, only the whisper of his nickname, the Sunday morning slasher. Carl Eugene Watts was born on November 7th, 1953, in Killeen, Texas. At first glance, he was ordinary, quiet, polite, with a shy smile. But inside, darkness was brewing. At 12, he started torturing animals, beating cats, drowning dogs. By 14, he was expelled for attacking a female classmate who rejected him. Psychiatrists said he was mentally unstable, showing homicidal tendencies. But his mother refused to institutionalize him. As the years passed, his hatred of women grew. He believed they were evil, and that it was his job to cleanse the world. In 1974, 20-year-old Carl Watts committed his first known murder. His victim was a young woman in Detroit. She was found strangled near her apartment. No fingerprints, no signs of struggle. Police called it random. It wasn't. It was the start of an 8-year killing spree. Every Sunday morning, he stalked quiet neighborhoods, watching women through windows. When he found one who fit his twisted standards, slim, alone, confident, he'd strike. Sometimes he'd knock, pretending to ask for help. Other times, he'd attack from behind. From 1974 to 1980, the deaths mounted. In Detroit alone, at least 17 women were found murdered, mostly between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. on Sundays. Police didn't connect them. The murders looked random, different methods, different neighborhoods. But there was one constant. Each victim was a woman living alone, and each was found with signs of sudden, overwhelming violence. Watts was careful: gloves, no fingerprints, no sexual assault, no witnesses. He hunted fast and vanished faster. To the city, it felt like evil was moving unseen through the morning mist. By 1981, Watts moved to Houston, Texas, to start fresh. He took a job as a mechanic. Neighbors said he was quiet, the type who keeps to himself. But on weekends, women began disappearing again. That's when the nightmare truly began. In less than a year, dozens of women were killed in Houston, Pasadena, and Austin. Victims were found drowned in bathtubs, beaten with cords, or strangled in their beds. Police had no idea it was the same man from Detroit. No fingerprints, no motive. Just death on Sunday mornings. In May 1982, two women, Melinda Aguilar and Lenora Jones, survived attacks by a man matching Watts' description. They identified him immediately. Police arrested Watts, but had almost nothing to hold him on. No murder weapon, no blood evidence. He was charged only with burglary with intent to murder, a lesser offense. But that small case opened a door to one of the largest serial confessions in U.S. history. While in prison, detectives feared he'd be released early for good behavior. To prevent that, they struck a deal. If he confessed to his murders, he'd avoid the death penalty. Carl Watts agreed and began talking, coldly, casually. He confessed to killing more than 80 women across multiple states. He couldn't recall names, only faces, clothing, and where they fell. He said things like she had evil in her eyes. And once I saw it, I had to do it. He described drowning women in bathtubs, strangling them with electrical cords, even beating one to death with a telephone. Every word he said was emotionless. Every memory, detailed and accurate. Most of his victims were young women aged 14 to 34. Nurses, students, mothers. He killed across Texas, Michigan, Ohio, and possibly Canada. Many bodies were never recovered. To this day, some women remain Jane Does, buried without names, because Carl Watts refused to help identify them. He once said, "Why should I remember the names of people who didn't matter?" In 2002, DNA finally tied him to 2 confirmed murders in Michigan. This time, there would be no plea deals. He was convicted again, But 2 years later, before facing execution, Carl Eugene Watts died of prostate cancer in a Texas prison. He took his secrets with him. The true number of his victims remains unknown, possibly over 100 women. Fatal truth. He killed not out of hate or revenge, but because he could, and that's what makes him a true monster. If this story chilled you, remember, not all killers hide in shadows. Some smile in church, then hunt on Sunday mornings. Subscribe to Fatal Truth to keep these victims remembered.